all of you. So in this video, we are going to continue with the same part that we have been discussing previously in my um, previous video, which was the first part of the series, and this is the second part of the series where I'll be quickly starting with the contents of the presentation, and along with that, we will see rest of the slides as well. So let's continue with the presentation now. So we are going to basically continue with the slides that I have. Okay, so we have already discussed about the contents Danish pension system and its types, three popular pension schemes for internationals, general recommendations, tips and tricks, less known facts, what happens when you leave Denmark, etc., etc. So we will at least try some preliminary or homework information before going forward. This is the slide where I have my own personal information, and if you want to discuss anything, feel free to email me. Okay, so if you are like recently shifted in Denmark, for example, if you have recently arrived in Denmark, so it's like it can be first week of your arrival, or it can be second week of your arrival. So it's suggested that within 4 weeks or within 1 month, you have to finish this checklist. So it says like if you are a new employee in Denmark, what to do next. As soon as you have arrived, start following this checklist. So there are a few formalities which includes your social security number, which is also called as CPR number, um, uh, on which all the information is interlinked. So social security number in Denmark is called a CPR number, and this is where everything will be linked. For example, your tax, for example, your banking system, and also the NemKonto. NemKonto is a centralized account where all state agencies or state institutions directly release your salary to the same account. So a person can have, let's say, multiple bank accounts, be it in Lunar Bank, in Danske Bank, etc., etc. But the person will only have a single NAM konto, and NAM konto is something that's like uh, primary account in which you are going to receive your salary or income tax refunds. So CPR number is something that you should immediately think of right after reaching to Denmark. And on the basis of CPR number, you will be activating your MIT ID. MIT ID is like a digital signature, which will allow basically almost to access every Danish agency's e-system. So, for example, if you want to visit tax online, income tax online, you need to have a MIT ID. If you want to visit your banking system online, if you want to do e-banking, you need MIT ID. If you want to digitally sign any document, for example, your digital mailbox, your digital post, you need MIT ID. There are other few things which MIT ID will help you to basically accelerate a lot of stuff. So MIT ID is like mandatory, CPR is mandatory to have, and as soon as you have CPR number, the Aarhus commune or the commune in which you are living will basically release a yellow card which looks like this, and this will be basically your general practitioner card. So each person in Denmark is assigned a general practitioner and henceforth the insurance. So if you have CPR number, you have access to everything, and this is like mandatory to have for every citizen. So basically, this is like getting yourself registered in the Danish system. Then once you have this, you can keep basically request for a tax card. So if you don't apply for a tax card, you end up paying 55% tax, which is of course can be refunded later. But if you have a tax card already, you don't need to worry about the wrong tax deduction charges. For example, when I arrived, I was not having a tax card, so they deducted 55% of my salary as tax. Later, they refunded me in the next month. However, if you already or pre-apply a tax card, you just basically be in safe mode. and your taxes are not charged too much. So getting a tax card is also mandatory. In parallel, you can also apply for a bank account. So bank account is like as soon as you have CPR number, as soon as you have CPR number and MIT ID, you are like good to go to apply for a bank account. Lunar and Danske Bank both are the good options. Lunar can be a good option for initial days, and for long term, Danske Bank is a nice option. I have created a video on Danske Bank versus Lunar already, so you can go and check in my videos, Lunar versus Danske Bank. And there are a few other digital services that Denmark provides or the state provides, which are eBox, Digital Post, and Mit.pk. So these are basically uh, you can say these are your online post addresses or post boxes. So rather than having a physical post box or sending every post physically, they will be sending you a digital post. And generally, these are the places where you are going to receive income tax refund email. You are going to receive salary slip email or any communication that commune wants to do with you. Commune, if I'm using a word commune, means municipality. If you are coming from India or any Indian subcontinent region, you would know commune is as comparable with municipal corporation of your locality, right? So also called as city place where all the decisions are made for a citizen, right? And then maybe a SIM card is also mandatory because we have multiple options to go for a SIM card in Denmark. Usually, when I compare with Norway, it's very cheap, and there are multiple options as well. So SIM card is something that you should also consider as soon as you land Denmark. These are few applications that I recommend you to install. So Strawberry is an application that provides you hotels in Denmark. Airbnb is something that allows you to basically rent an accommodation for 1 or 2 days. This is again, I mean, for your travel and stay. VY is an app that helps you to basically commute. It has trains, buses, and taxis. So it works in Sweden and Norway robustly, but somehow they also help in commuting between Copenhagen and Norway, Copenhagen and Sweden. Router is an app generally used in Norway, but I have not checked yet whether it's working in Denmark or not. It's again a travel app, and these are also the travel apps. So Vast Traffic is a Swedish app. So in this app has basically travel or it's a booking agency for different buses in Sweden. Then Ostfold Riise is a travel planner for Ostfold. So as you know, if you are following my previous videos, I have already been telling you about my Norwegian experience, my Norway experience. So I was in Norway before. That's why I have kept this app for now, but it's not required for you to install it. These are few Microsoft apps that might be useful. Okay, Slack is not Microsoft app, but if you're staying in or if you're going to be a PhD student, maybe these apps are going to help you. Shopping apps and grocery apps also are quite friendly here, at least in Aarhus. I'm not sure about the rest of the Denmark, but pretty sure Aarhus and Copenhagen should have access to these apps. So IKEA, everyone knows. Zalando is a fashion e-commerce fashion website. From Amazon, you can order anything. I personally use Amazon Germany, but you can also use Amazon Sweden or Amazon UK if it works. Then we have Postnode. So Postnode is an app that basically receives all the information about all the post box or all the parcels that are being redirected to your address. So once you again sign up PostNord with the help of MIT ID and CPI number, it will be tracking your mails and or parcels. So this is very useful to track all your incoming parcels or outgoing parcels. Volt is a very nice app again. It not only offers grocery but also offers restaurants food basically. So you can order food online with this app as well as you can order grocery. So it's a very nice app and it also has many discounts. So I personally use this app. Then we have a few other apps. For example, we have Bolik Portal. Bolik Portal is a place where all the accommodations are advertised. So it's a classified app that on which people usually advertise their accommodation, which basically they want to give on rent. Mid Traffic is an app for traveling within Denmark. Flixbus, DSP, Midtraffic, these plan, all these are basically traveling apps, local commuting apps in within Denmark. This is very important because it shows the live status or the route which you are going to use for your traveling. So this is very nice to plan any travel in within Denmark or within a city. This is a very nice app. Finnair is, of course, the airlines app, which I personally prefer. Aarhus Taxa is a taxi app within Aarhus. Then Digital Post is already I have told you. Digital Post, eBox, and Mit.dk. These all are digital mailboxes or the postal boxes, basically. Then Taxi is another app which is for taxi. I find Den Taxi much more cheaper than Aarhus Taxa, but this is reliable. Aarhus Taxa is more reliable. My Libara is very important because this is the SIM provider that I'm using. They have very cheap options. We will basically discuss this for another video. This video is already getting longer, so we can discuss about this in another video. My Libara is a nice app that I mean it's a nice company because I used to pay almost 149 krona in Norway for 1 month recharge, and I'm paying almost 19 krona in Denmark for 1 month recharge, and it's pretty good. Along with that, there's one interesting app that might be useful, Aurora, which tracks the northern lights. So as soon as you install it, starts to give you the notification of whether the predictions, basically, whether you are going to see the northern lights today or not. So this is also a nice app. And this Combardo expression is a traveling app, but it's kind of a ferry, including bus. So I have already discussed about Combardo expression in my previous videos. So it's like you are going to book a bus, but the bus has a route which uses ferry. So you sit in a bus at the boarding station. The bus goes inside a ferry, and you sit in a ferry and then reach back to the destination. And then you sit back to the bus again, and then you travel or get dropped to the destination. So I used this for just once when I was traveling from Copenhagen airport to Aarhus, and it was a pretty nice experience, and it's cheaper as well. So these are some payment apps. Lunar, as I've already told you. Danske Bank, I have already told you. MidID is very important. It preserves your digital signature, and mobile pay is just like payment, basically payment server or payment app. You can use it just like to pay anyone, but again, you should rather than having a bank account, you can use your friend's mobile number to pay or their user ID to pay. Moreover, mobile pay gets connected with Lunar or Danske very easily, and you can pay from there. So it's like that. So For this video, I think it's enough. Let's continue in the next video for further details about other processes, pensions, and everything. So we continue our discussion in the next video from here. Thank you. Bye bye.